So we talked about the collaboration between Kendrick and the South Park creators. The movie that we are both pretty unsure about as far as the plot goes. But it's been delayed until next year, 2026. It's supposed to come out this summer, I think.
I was waiting to hear some context clues from what movie we was talking about because I didn't hear the very beginning of what you said.
Kendrick and the South Park creators.
Ah, yes. I am. Now I know which way to go.
Yeah.
So the more I think about what's already been proposed, right? Black dude, white girlfriend, has a job at a slave reenactment camp. Okay, so everything's topsy-turvy. This is Dr. Umar's worst nightmare. Starting out. Now, what about this story at face value would attract a person like Kendrick Lamar to be involved and put his name on it? For me, it's only if that premise right there is how we're probably going to introduce it for it to be a red herring, just to draw people in.
Well, what if somebody wrote it and brought it to him that wasn't the South Park creators, and he's coming to the South Park creators
with this
because
concept,
they make the movie?
Well, no, sure. I'm not saying who kind of came up with the idea. I'm saying I don't believe that's the whole story. Like that's just it.
Fair.
Like that's what we and it's going to be a comedy based off of that premise, and he's going to expect people to go in there and watch it.
It'd be like if somebody told you Get Out was a black man goes and visits his girlfriend's
white family for a holiday or some shit like that, and that was the whole
but I think not that.
I think he's just trying to reel you in, to slap you over the head with something completely different.
It's possible.
I would hope.
I was going to say
anything less than that, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. The relationship itself is a little bit jarring between the studio and this individual. But I gave it a little bit of time to, at least see what it is they got cooking, and then the premise is very alarming. So off the strength of those two things, I'm thinking, this has got to be. It's a little bit of misdirection. It has to be, because otherwise, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, that's fair. I would hope that maybe they were seeing what the movie was becoming, and said, "Oh, let's put some more work into this," and now it's being delayed. If where it was going was alarming, but fingers crossed, it still comes out to be a good movie. Perp says sounds like a skit from Atlanta or Boondocks, which it does.
Yeah.
Is it live action or is it a cartoon? From what I've seen, it's live action. And I don't know if they have a casting for his girlfriend. I feel like I saw something about the main character being the guy who was in Coming to America 2, who was Leslie Jones's son. The main character of Coming to America 2.
Okay.
I think I've seen something about that, but that might have been a rumor or something. And then they're saying you definitely need to watch more South Park, which is true.
Who, me?
Yeah, Perp and Marte both said that.
Yeah, no thanks.
You do.
Nope. Okay.
You do. I think you're missing some context about what's going on there.
Okay. My bad.
If I need to watch Game of Thrones, you got to watch.
No, I don't think we need to do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Coming to America was trash. Coming to America 2. Sorry. Damon Wayans gave an interview to Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay and talked about what's been going on with the Richard Pryor biopic.
So we had heard this a little bit from Mike Epps as well.
Yes.
About, it coming down to disagreements with Richard Pryor's widow. And Damon Wayans gave us just a little bit more information on what that dispute actually was. Because, first of all, I hadn't even realized that Damon Wayans was supposed to play Richard Pryor. Damon Wayans was the first one that was supposed to play him. Then it slid to, is it to Mike Epps? It was somebody else before Mike Epps. The reason why they're having trouble making the movie, and this is Damon Wayans' words, is that basically she wants to be a bigger part of the film than what the lead actors are willing to let her be. Apparently, there are some alleged abuse that was going on between Richard and his wife, and she wants to highlight that part of it. I don't know a black man alive that's going to go up there and play Richard Pryor while you turn the story into a story about domestic violence and you become a key part of it. Like, I don't know any actor that's going to sign up for that. Yeah. You know, not at least not one with the cachet that feels like it's deserving of playing Richard Pryor. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously, you know, allegedly put all the requisite allegedly's out there. I can't say anything to or from about it, but I struggle with the idea that somebody who's trying to tell someone's life story in earnest would want to highlight that point first, and that's actually what we're trying to do. You know, we're trying to give a fair, balanced story about somebody's life, and that part of it is that important to you to highlight. Mm-hmm. Not to say that she shouldn't, not that, you know, she doesn't have a right to. I'm just saying you probably never gonna get that movie made if that's how you're trying to get it done. And it's unfortunate, but maybe you can go on the record and enlighten people about the situation, whatever it is you feel so emboldened to tell. And maybe that opens up the door for you to tell the story theatrically. What people aren't going to do is get introduced to Richard Pryor as an abuser in a major motion film, starring major motion picture is what I was trying to say, starring Mike Epps or Damon Wayans. It's just not. It's not going to go down like that.
And it's not that person's story. It's the story of Richard Pryor that people want to pay to see
about stuff that they never had an opportunity to clarify or verify with him. So now you're asking me to put Richard Pryor in a light that nobody knows him about, right?
Oh.
And the only verification of that is coming from you. Like, I can't. Come on, man.
And we are in essence making this movie about you now, as opposed to making it what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah. So
apparently, multiple people were supposed to play Richard Pryor. By the way, Damon, Eddie Griffin, Mike Epps.
Yeah, he did say Eddie Griffin was supposed to play
Eddie Murphy.
He said Eddie
Chris
Murphy
Rock
as well.
And Marlon was also supposed to play him. So
Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Let's see. After Eddie Murphy
was supposed to play Richard Pryor.
After Eddie Murphy
you
backed
your
away from the
motherfucking
project,
mind. You are crazy as hell.
According to Contact Music, Chris Rock was a contender to play Richard Pryor, but Pryor's widow, Jennifer Lee, made sure Rock didn't get the job after she was offended by a Michael Vick dogfighting joke he made on TV. This nigga can't keep losing because of the fucking stupid jokes he made.
Because of dumbass jokes. Hey, but no, who in their right mind casted Chris Rock to play Richard Pryor?
Well, I don't think he was. They were thinking about making him, and she said, "Nah, fuck that shit."
Again, who in their right mind thought to make Chris Rock Richard Pryor?
Whoever was behind this Eddie Murphy version of the movie, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't think it's ever going to get made. At least, unfortunately, not while she's alive. If the estate ever gets in control of one of his children or something like that, maybe it'll ease up. But right now, it seems like her way or the highway, and nobody wants to do it that way.
I wouldn't be surprised.